Hey guys, today I'm going to be making a review on the FiiO E1 headphone amplifier, which is designed specifically for iPods. So here we go. This is what basically you get on the package contents, and that's about it. So as you can see, this is the connector, which is quite bulky in some ways. So if you look at the size of that, it's quite big. And you've got this nifty little thing. So you've got a plus and minus button. You've got a pause button in the middle. What else have you got? You've got a previous button, previous and next button over here. See if you can see. So you can see previous and next over here, volume button there, and pause and play there. And on the back you've got a little clip. So yeah. So yeah, there we go. So basically, it works actually quite well. I'm quite impressed with it actually. I plugged it in and it plays quite loud. So I'm just going to show you, look, on the interface of my iPod. So once I plug this in, it changes. So there you go. The volume button, just the volume thing goes, and it comes back later. So if I'm doing this, so I want to play music. If I put this in, it just disappears, as you can see. However, you won't really need the volume thing when you have this. So I'm not going to play it that loud because it's quite hard to tell the difference, and I want to show you some difference. So here we go. Press the middle button, and I'm going to go higher. The poor thing's vibrating like it has no tomorrow. So I'll put it in the iPod. Put that to max volume.
Top shelf, you know. I like my creme de la creme.
So it's still very loud, but the thing is, this headphone amplifier makes it much more clearer. So you can still see that it's quite loud both on the iPod and on the X Mini. However, when I do play it through the FiiO E1, it makes it much more clearer. So you're wondering, why should I get this? Well, why should you get it is because it makes the sound much cleaner, and what I mean by much cleaner is that you can hear the bass much better, you can hear the trebles and everything much better, and on top of that you can go louder. So usually on my iPod, you know, I need to go like on that loud at least, say that, and that's even with the music turned up to 70% on iTunes, whereas when I have it with the E1 or the E5, I can turn it down to this low, so it increases the sound by about 30%. So really, what's the difference between the E1 and the E5? Well, by the looks of it, the big difference is this is charged on its own. However, the E1 uses the iPod's battery, so wherefore when you connect it together, it uses the iPod's battery, sorry, or iPhone's battery, or iPod Touch's battery, which is good, but then again could be bad at the same time. Where the good bit of it is that you don't have to constantly charge this, but the bad thing about it is that it uses the iPod's battery, so therefore if your iPod doesn't have that much battery life, it won't last for a long time. And personally, I found the E5 does last for a long time. It actually lasts longer than my iPod does playing music. Well, maybe, yeah, around that time. So to be honest, when I'm using it, when I'm using it out and about, this takes like 2 hours to charge, but lasts longer than that. So you know, it's really your choice. Another difference is this has a bass boost button, whereas the E1 does not have that. However, the E1 does have these lovely little controls which are really nice and slick. So if you can put it in your pocket and have this hanging like as a clip, like that, so you can hang this there and then just click up and down. So on the move, this would seem like the better one. However, saying that, I really do love the bass boost button on this. It really does add that extra oomph, as it were, to your song. So it really depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for extra iPod controls, this would be it. You know, instead of just going through your pocket and constantly doing that and then clicking whatever. Or if it's just, you know, you don't care about those iPod controls, you just want an extra bass hit or extra bass boost, and you don't want it to be using your iPod's battery, I would go for the E5. So it really depends about what you want. Personally, I bought the E5 just because I thought the bass boost button was good, and I was proved right by making that decision, because the bass boost button did make a huge difference. And the E1 I got sent as a sample from NoCando01, the eBay user, aka PJ Box. I'll link the website, both the eBay site, in the description below. And I was thinking of getting this one, but ended up not going for it just because it didn't have the bass boost button. But saying that, this is not to be undermined for being the worst one or worse than that. It is really almost equal, except that has slightly better extra bass, but this one has, you know, it looks much better, and it will fit in your pocket in some ways much better. And by that I mean, instead of having this in your pocket, it will be only that in your pocket and this hanging from your clip, you know. So when you're moving about, this will be so much more useful to go around. So yeah, again, it just depends, personal opinion, what happens, what you prefer. So yeah, personally I chose the E5 because I thought it was more useful to me. So that's about it. Another thing, actually, just before I go, to be noted is that, again, the E1 can only be used with iPods, whereas the E5 can be used with anything. So whereas this, you know, whereas sometimes at night when I'm gaming, I like to plug it into my sound system. So I plug in the E1 into the sound system and have an out. The E1 does not allow me to have do that, because it's only got this and that's it. You know, there was no other wires provided or anything like that, and there's no way you can mod it. I mean, you could cut the wire or something like that, but you know, you would have to be quite knowledgeable to know what you're doing into cutting that wire and everything. So this is more, it works in more areas than one, whereas this one only works for the iPod. So it's really designed just for the iPod. You know, you can see the big white. The famous white color from the iPods. So yeah, if you've got any questions, please do post them below. Sorry for I've made this almost a 9-minute video, but yeah, please do like the video, comment, again, questions, anything you want, just ask me, and please do subscribe if you like this video. Thank you very much, and that's from me, Totally Dubbed. See you soon. Bye bye.